Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's vlog post and a happy Thanksgiving to all. Thanksgiving is my favorite time of the year, and I wish all of you a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving holiday. And for those of you who are taking time to either read this blog post or watch this video, I think it's really great that you take a few minutes just to update yourselves and take a view. And I won't take much of your time, but the reality of it is there's a lot to take away from this weekend, so let's get started. It's nice to see this past week both mortgage applications improve and interest rates rebound, contrary to what a lot of the mainstream media would have you believe, that the housing market isn't collapsing and mortgage applications are improving. I expect the trend is going to continue in the weeks to come. And I think we're going to have a very strong final push into the new year. Now, while we're far from what I'd call a stable market, your clients are in a position right now where they're looking at their options. It's either staying where they are, whether they own it or they rent it, or going to a place that's new. And if they've thought about going to a new place, there's something about where they are now that isn't working for them. And I think it's really important that we pay attention to it. And I also think that loan officers have to guard against being prognosticators of where the interest rate environment's going. Yes, I expect rates to continue to improve. I believe the run higher it has certainly stalled, and we're coming back down to a more reasonable number. But we all know there's a ton of outside factors involved. And for those of you with clients who are very payment sensitive, in other words, 0.25% interest rate move higher blows them out of their deal, by all means, get them locked and protect their deal. And you can always refinance them down the road. And I do think into the future, there will be opportunities to get people that we've dealt with the past 3, 4, 5 months at the peak of the market back down to a more reasonable rate. And I think the Fed minutes of this week has told us that the Fed is starting to see some of the impacts of their raising rates. And while I think they're far from over, I do think they may moderate the pace at which they were raising rates. And we'll see in December, we're going to get another Fed meeting, and maybe the language is a little more positive, and maybe we only see a 50 basis point rate hike, and the markets start to take into consideration that the fear of 30-year mortgage obligations can start to subside a little bit, and we can come back down more in line with where we should be compared to other things. Now, this weekend, it's a very important weekend because we're dealing a tale of two cities. A lot of people are taking off, spending time with family and friends, and I think that's great. And if that's the case, that's fine, and enjoy yourselves. But for those of you who are working, make sure that you get out there and get in front of people. You don't have to be out there 8 hours a day, but get out there and visit a few open houses, stop by a few offices, leave a few personal messages for people, find out what they're doing, go to where the action is and get in front of people and have conversations. Especially make sure that you go Facebook Live once or twice if you are out at open houses, and share the fact that you're there and you're looking and what's going on and what the activity looks like. I think that's important. So I think that's really critical. And also make sure Friday that you're reaching out there and picking up the phone and calling all your pre-approved borrowers, along with the people that you've talked to and may have lost contact with, although you shouldn't have. Touch base with them on Friday, see what their activity levels are, what their thought processes may be, fill them in where the market is, and remind them that you're in a position that you're still taking loans to close in 2022. And that's the biggest message that you need to get out there for the next couple of weeks, is the fact that you're still in business, as many other lenders, bankers, small credit unions, and maybe even small banks themselves don't have the ability to get things done quickly. Everybody who's watching this video or potentially reading the blog post is not one of those people, that you're going to be able to continue to take loans, into December that'll close this year. And for some people, that's really important. For some sellers, for some buyers, a lot of people are going to want to make sure those deals happen, especially have conversations with your real estate agents who may be a transaction or two away from leveling up in their comp structure or potentially winning an award. We all know those things can be very valuable to the realtor themselves, aside from the money from the commission. Earning a designation, earning an award, qualifying for a different tier or a different commission split going into the next year can be monumental. So beware of these things. Go into the website, use the strategies that we have for the fourth quarter strategies, have these conversations, draw the line as to when you can take applications and still get them closed, and realize there's plenty of opportunities out there for people who are going to work. And again, if you're going to work, make the most of it, take advantage of the situation. And again, it's just being visible. Visibility is going to be key, and make sure that you're out there and you're connecting. Have yourselves a great holiday, and I will talk to you again next week. Take care.